Right, good morning and welcome to 59 Minutes. My name is Levi Kones. It's Monday, and Monday we do the political happenings of the week, and with us is Pan-African Forum Chairman Dr. David MATSANGA. Dr. good morning to you.
Viewers, wherever you are in the world, thank you very much, Kenyans. Thank you much, East Africans. Thank you very much, the diaspora. Good morning.
Right. Glad to hear you, Dr. Although I think they'll need to add the volume a little bit for me here. But happy to hear you this Monday morning. Let's just take it from some of the happenings of last week. Last week, we witnessed it was a sad week in terms of deaths. There was the death of businessman Chris Kirubi, as well as Jacoyo Midio, former MP for GEM. What are your thoughts about that, Dr.
First of all, last Monday was a sad day. The entire week was a sad week for me because most of the people who perished, one starting from Chris Kirubi himself, a Pan-African, going to Midiwo, a younger man that I helped, that I saw in Kampala in 1980 when we came back from Tanzania. And in UNLA, his brother, whom I cannot mention here, was part of the UNLA, Chikosi Malum. He perished. Then it came to the Pan-African, the last man standing in the liberation of Africa and the Unity of Africa, Organization of African Unity. Kenneth Kaunda, commonly known as KK, also passed away. It was indeed a very sad week for most people in Africa. And then to crown it yesterday, the Chief Justice of Zambia passed away in Cairo. It is very, very regrettable. It is bad. It is sad. So many people are going, and plus so many other people that we cannot mention here. Thank you.
And really sad, may God rest their souls in eternal peace. Dr. While we are talking on the subject matter of death and the dying, we do have the COVID pandemic still ongoing, especially ravaging us here in East Africa. Uganda have had issues with it so much that they have even locked their country. No one can get into and out of Uganda. They're on total lockdown. Here in Kenya, we have shut down some counties in terms of the timings, but the curfew a little bit earlier in 5 of our counties, and we seem to have good measures in terms of measures. Yet we are witnessing politicians are doing rallies as usual. Some of them were in Kisumu over that recent celebrative period of the Madaraka Day, but they are continuing with rallies as they move around. Some parts of Kenya look like, there's no corona. What's going on, Dr. What's your take about that?
First of all, viewers and the listeners of CAS and those watching me in Kenya, I feel very sad to see politicians, especially the top politicians in Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, Raila Odinga, all of them, Musalia, you see them going for rallies, crowding people. Politics is going nowhere, but lives go somewhere. Why can't these people give Kenyans a chance to be able to stay in their houses, to this social distance, wear masks? How do you feel as a leader? You can't address people. You have a mask. You have been actually vaccinated fully. Ruto is vaccinated fully. Raila is vaccinated fully. Mudavadi is vaccinated fully. But they can't address people who have not even got one vaccine. Yes, today, let me be honest, for me, you don't have 2 lives. The people of Kenya don't have 2 lives. When you saw the rally in West Pokot, and these politicians have a habit, when they reach some trading center, They come out of their cars. That attracts the people. Why don't you just drive and go to your palatial home? Enjoy the palatial home, the taxpayers' money that you stole. Go and enjoy there. Instead of coming, standing up, waving to people, then people start crowding around you. All these politicians, President Uhuru Kenyatta, when he returns, at least wherever he is watching, or his people are watching, please, you have seen what politics has done to East Africa. We lost Magufuli because he allowed the political rallies. In Uganda, we have a problem now. Some of the hospitals are full to capacity. There is no oxygen. Uganda had done it so well. President Museveni did very well. And I want to give a credit where it is due. He gave guidelines. Me, I don't mind whether it's not politics anymore. This is the life. These are lives of the people of Uganda. You don't eat politics. He did very well. Yes.
Say, you know, they need to follow the rules that are set. That, you know, sometimes they themselves are even seated in some of the committees that do set some of the rules. And we talk about it and say, oh, they need to follow the rules that they set. But we talk about it. What do you think it will take for them to actually get to the point where they realize they actually need to do that?
The government must be tough. Look at Uganda. People are tough now. The borders of each district are being observed. You don't cross. You don't cross. They have locked that country down because the numbers were going high. But in Kenya here, we have done very well. Our model, the model, and I want to thank Mutahi Kagwe and Dr. Moth, the Ministry of Health, and the lady Mwangagi, all these CSS, they have done a great job. They have given us the guidelines, the way forward. But now the politicians who want people to be killed, you know, if you can see your politician addressing you now, Kalonzo goes to church somewhere, Raila is somewhere, the motor machine is in West Pokot. I call him, that is my political name for Ruto. Ruto is
a long time.
Yes,
yeah.
He's a motor machine. He's a very good. He's a very good politician. But the biggest mistake he made is to start disobeying his boss.
Yeah.
Don't forget, I'm a friend of the Jubilee Party.
Yeah.
I am very.
So you
yes,
say
Ruto,
it will
of
take
course,
the...
Ruto. No, wait. Let me make my point here. Ruto is a good orator. He knows how to juggle his words. I teach political science. And unlike him who studied plants, I did not study plants. I studied the soul, the heart of a human being. And therefore, I can tell who is a very good politician. I mark people's exams in political science and international relations and give them marks, and they pass. So I'm very happy. I can see this guy was very good. The only problem he started is to plant people to demean the president. Otherwise, the motor machine should cool down. There is ample time, His Excellency Deputy President. There is ample time. Please, these people, the Pokot where you are living, tomorrow it is going to be put on quarantine because the people there are going to spread and the disease will spread. So please give people a chance. You are going to do this campaign, it is coming. If God is determined that you will be the president, there is nobody going to cut it. For today, you can see I have some soft words because we need to maybe to talk nicely so that His Excellency the Deputy can understand that addressing people in a pandemic which has no solution. The air we breathe, the people who were there in West Pokot had no mask. Your Excellency, you are killing the same voters whom you want their vote in 2022 in August. Therefore,
just so that people know, right now, you know, we have 283 people tested positive. That was yesterday from the COVID disease, and the positivity rate is now at 8.2%, and 9 people died yesterday. So even as...
it's not a good figure at all.
Yeah, we had taken down the positivity rate almost to like 2%, 3%, and it's seemingly going back up. So we need to get serious. Now, Daktari, I was going to say something in terms of just switching gears here and talking about some of the political happenings that happened over the course of last week. One of the things I'm looking at on the dailies today, actually I was glancing at it here, is the discussion that we are having about this deal that's being touted between Jubilee and ODM. First of all, is it feasible? Would it be killing the opposition as it is now completely formally? And what are your thoughts? NASA say, of course, some members in NASA say it's impossible for them to have a deal right now unless they pull out of NASA. They were even laughing at it, saying it's a laughable prospect. But if it is there, first of all, what are your thoughts? Do you think there's such a deal in the offing? And if it is there, what would it mean for us going forward politically?
First of all, I would like to tell you that some of these guys have matured in politics, like Kalonzo. But I think he doesn't understand political science. He's a lawyer. You can't go on side shows and announce that NASA is no more when you have signed an agreement which is still in the political parties, the act. You know very well NASA is still there. Am I wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
Am I wrong, sir?
It's still there. On paper, it's there.
Why is Mudavad and Nani saying it is not there anymore? Have they gone to the Political Parties Act? Have they gone to the Register of Parties and removed that agreement? No. You see, that's where Raila has beaten them on the game. Raila still maintains NASA is around and he's going to use it. If you want to come, you can come. Let's sit together. The winning team, and I want to tell you, no Kenyan wants violence anymore. And there is no Kenyan who is interested in violence, not even an East African like me. I don't want to hear that people are going to die because of elections in Kenya. The winning team for 2022 will be the peaceful team, the team that advocates to unite Kenya. And I've told you on this television station, this same show, and let it be known that the handshake will deliver 2022 elections. You can go and ask whoever Uhuru Kenyatta will support will win an election. Believe me or not. No, wait. Believe me or not. I am telling you. You know, for me, you bring me to this program every morning and I cut short my sleep and the relaxation. You know, I'm a pensioner.
I know.
At my age, I should be sleeping because of the age. At 65, I will not be arguing with you. But I have to urge you to correct Africa, to make Africa better, to sacrifice, to stand for Africa.
Yeah.
I've told you if someone touches
that. But Dr.
No, if someone, and when I come to tell you the winning team for 2022, sindio bado uko na mimi niko. The winning team is a handshake team, a peace. Don't forget about these things that you see in Kiambu.
That's the question I was asking you. Daktari, how do you say that the winning team is the one that's going to be the unifying team? And yet, as we talk unity, we are talking unity while excluding other people.
Who is excluded?
Shouldn't it be unity, you know, between...
If you have excluded if you have excluded yourself and gone to UDA, and you have announced officially, this is my party, who excluded you?
Yeah, but before that happened, there was a lot of push out in Jubilee to begin with.
No, Kenyans gave Uhuru Kenyatta a mandate with a deputy.
Yeah.
The deputy president started Machiavellian politics of Nikolai Machiavelli. Anybody in Kenya can read the book, The Prince. He undermined his boss. The 48 laws of power were zero. He hired mercenaries, political mercenaries, surrogates, like a Kangata, Ichungwa Kimani Ichungwa, Ndindi Nyoro. The witness Porochuara called Moses Kuria, who brought witnesses to fix him. He hired them to go to the backyard of President Uhuru Kenyatta to dismantle Uhuru Kenyatta's name. That one, it has annoyed most of us who had respect for Ruto.
But those are all allegations, Daktari.
I have no. I have no problem. I will never have a problem with
That's not been proven anywhere.
And listen, who cannot prove? Don't you see the rallies? Are you the only one in Jerusalem, mister? Don't pretend. I know you are talking because you have something. You come from the same place in Tarubo. It's all right. But are you the only
that has nothing
are
to
you
do
the
with
only,
anything.
Are you, no, it has. Because you are asking me a question as if you don't see that the deputy president opens and laughs when
to understand, and I think many Kenyans fail to understand, that while we are talking about this, Daktari,
Mwaura, they are all insulting the president. That one, some of us had respect. Remember,
yeah, but what a lot of people fail to understand, Daktari, is just when people talk about unity. You see, if you and I were in one party and we were running on the same ticket, and then we somehow have a falling out, and you begin to have a coalition partner who is not the one that we started with. And that's okay, you can begin to have new friends come in. What is wrong with also building the same way the president and Raila were not friends, not so much friends politically speaking, and were at loggerheads politically to the extent that, you know, Raila Odinga went and took a mock oath of office on January 31st of 2018. And then, it led to the beginnings of mass action and all that, and then eventually into a handshake. The same way they were not seeing eye to eye and were able to, should be the same way that should be applied to, the deputy president. If they're not seeing eye to eye, shouldn't then we be one big united family? When we talk unity, we say, okay, you've united with so-and-so, your nemesis politically, but then also you have united with the one who you also began this thing with, and maybe had a difference in opinion somewhere along the line. If you're as a Pan-Africanist, shouldn't we be all united? Truly.
It should be so. It should be so. I have no problem. When Uhuru was in Bomas, His Excellency President Uhuru said, can I say it? He said, can I say it? Tell these people that here, the deputy president rushed from his chair to tell him, please don't. When they were selecting this team of BBI, he was consulted. Mzee Sei came on the committee. How? Through who? 2 people. He gave names. Where did it go wrong? Is that not unity? Is that not consultation? If you have given the president the mandate, do you need to be there? Is this a co-government? This is not a partnership government. This is a one party where a vote was cast for Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta with a deputy who is Dr. William Samoei Ruto. Why did he again run away from it and then went to backbite, to backstabbing the entire process? He celebrated when the BBI was stopped by the court. You could see his celebration on Twitter. He celebrated again when Uhuru said he will choose Amango de Nasa, when the newspaper said he celebrated, all these are documented. And you are not going to tell me that those things augur well with the president. He's a president. He's belittled. Even you yourself, you have a family. You come back, you find your child, one of my younger grandchildren, because you are my niece, nephew. You find one of my grandchildren all the time breaking the windows. You send him this to buy sugar, he brings salt. You send him to buy salt, he brings tea leaves. That's what the deputy president was doing. He was told to go out and supervise the project. He held the political rallies. Udanganyifu. Kiswahili yangu bado ya Tanzania.
So no hope for reconciliation, you say?
Udanganyifu. You can't reconcile a stone with, can you reconcile a stone? Have you ever had a stone having...
yeah, but now this takes us back to my question. So is this Jubilee ODM partnership the answer? Doesn't it then remove, if from a purely governance perspective, doesn't it completely clip the aspect of the opposition formally now? Yes, completely? People have been whispering and saying there's no opposition, but now will this be the last nail in that coffin to say truly there's really no opposition in Kenya?
Discussion. Saturday it came out from the mouth of the deputy president himself. He said UDA is Hasola's party. It's the party of Wanjiku. That's it. He has finished.
I'm talking about this merger, or so-called merger, between Jubilee and ODM.
Is there a problem?
That's what I'm asking. The problem is one. If they do end up going in this direction, does it signify to all and sundry, officially now, that truly the opposition is dead?
You know, they have been working together unofficially. So if they are formalizing a marriage, then Ruto should be more worried.
Yeah, but in terms of
where we are headed,
okay.
That is
the politics of it.
Don't you see, some of your people you bring here don't say the truth. If this Jubilee and ODM have a merger, the man who should be worried and on tiptoes should be the deputy president.
That's the political angle, Daktari. What about the governance angle? What does it mean for us as Kenyans?
These numbers.
Who will defend us when the government is running roughshod on things sometimes? If we don't have an opposition, if we kill it completely with this complete matter, what will it mean for our minority speaker, our minority leaders in parliament? What will it mean for them if a merger happens?
These are discussions for 2022. No discussions for now. This is where people don't speak like a Tanga group. Have some substance. Because most of the Tanga group
that's quite a job
they come to insult people. No, honestly. They come to insult people. There's no Tanga group that does not insult Levy, or you are big man, you are fat, you are what? They have no substance. They can't even write anything for Ruto. Their game is to insult Matanga from morning up to evening. But they don't have anything to offer. So let's be very honest. The merger is coming for 2022. The government as it stands now still remains the government where the deputy president is the deputy president. If he has conscience, if I were him, I would just go and concentrate on my party. If my boss is not seeing me, why do I force myself and pretend to be there? I would go. There's nothing he's gonna lose. It's 1 year left and 2 months. 1 year and 12 months or something like that. No, not 1 year and 12 months. It's almost 1 year actually. It's coming to 1 year and 2 months. I'm right. It's left.
2 months.
What is he waiting for? Why does he want to draw a salary where he has no duties allocated to him? Have conscience. You are campaigning to become the president of the people of Kenya. Show good example by withdrawing from this government where you are at loggerheads with your president or your boss. Then we can know you have qualities. You have qualities of democracy. Democracy does not mean you win throughout. Democracy means you accept some things and withdraw. When you see a situation is not worth it, withdraw and rearrange, retreat, and fight again. But the more you go on, it might be too late in the future. Actually, the more they go on, you never know, dynamics could change. Uhuru Kenyatta could come up and say, okay, you know, Ruto talks about numbers, but when it comes to this parliament, we don't see the numbers. Have you seen them, mister? Where are they?
The
numbers are tribal.
Apparently.
They are tribal. Were you not ashamed to see all MPs from the Rift Valley, apart from Misra and the other MP who was the P of Biwot? What is his name? On the doors. Yes, on the doors, standing out differently. Were you not ashamed? Are you a man from Tarbo? Not ashamed? What kind of tribalism are you creating here?
Daktari,
no, what kind? No, I'm asking you, don't laugh. It's a serious matter for this nation. We are preaching national unity. Some MPs go to the cocoon and they vote a paramount chief from the Rift Valley. Are you not ashamed?
Well,
you are a
I am not a politician. So I watch from the sidelines also, just as you do.
You were in Rwanda. You were in Rwanda, Kigali. You saw the type of unity there. You are always in Uganda, where your mom comes from. You are always there. Do you see people talking of tribes? It's a crime in Uganda to talk about a tribe, to point you that lives.
Yeah, but that requires legislation and goodwill, which we have not seen.
And then you hear what the DP is doing is collecting a few people of his tribe and a few people calling them hustlers. You have hustleized yourself into a cocoon of hustlers. Who is a hustler here? Are you a hustler? Boss, are you a hustler? And in fact, you are being told don't go to school. Why do you have 2 master's degree? Where? Why? Why did you leave Taribo to go and study a master's degree? Not telling me. And then you are telling people's children not to go, that this is under rule number, these people are equal. Equal, are you Jesus? Even Jesus, when he...
Number of reactions, Zaktari. Let me just read for you. There are people who are watching us from Bayete, yes, William Kiprono, from Masai Mara, Towet, from Doha, Qatar. Somebody's watching us from there. From Nandi County, Kilibwoni, from Wasingishu County. There's a guy called Cleophas. Your comments have really annoyed him, by the way. And
that is democracy. Read them so that people
know. That is democracy. He says, let him finish and go back to sleep the way he was saying.
No. We come on national television for people to scrutinize. Yes, I am not a wizard. No, boss, yes. I am not a wizard. Do you know, I'm not a night runner. I am a normal man who went to school to study political science.
Yeah.
You've called me
and
to analyze the...
There's Anderson.
Yeah, read the comments.
There's Kipsegi also watching us. Somebody else from Kapkongori, Weldex. And quite a number of people watching on Facebook. And I really appreciate them joining us. And just following the discussion,
you have
most of them.
Their comments. Some of the comments are very bad. It is okay.
Yeah, you know you're touching Yeah, some of the comments
I
cannot
am
be read
immune.
on TV. But here's the thing.
No.
Yeah.
No, listen. I am immune. Let me tell you this point. In 2007, 2008, 2009, when nobody liked Dr. William Ruto, this Ugandan, the one you insult every day, liked him. He sold even his shoes. And I sold my car for 1,000 shillings to a Matangi senator to buy a ticket to go and defend that Ruto. I have no shame. You can insult me up to tomorrow. He has never defended me. I went to defend him, to make noise, to tell the world that Moses Kuri and the rest and Hassan Omar have fixed you. Was I wrong? Who wanted him? Now today they want him because he's free. But in 2007-8, nobody wanted to see him. Some of us wanted him free. I'm a Ugandan. I'm not involved. I'm a Pan-African. And I want you to tell you, those guys who make noise, go back to school. Go and get tools of analysis. Like a manabas. Go and get tools of analysis. When I went to Britain, I decided one thing. I did not decide to build houses in Uganda. I decided to make a living by going to school. Recognized the university from Her Majesty government. And I thank
and you know, on these platforms, people would always have.
So I am not bothered about the insult. They can insult me, but into Ruto himself in the heart, we remember that there was one man, one Ugandan, not his relative, but a Ugandan who did not even know him. At least Uhuru Kenyatta, I knew him, who came and stood and opposed Ocampo. Ocampo was taking them. If I did not stand in the middle, where would we be? So hawa wengine wanapiga kelele, wacha wanapiga porojo ya nini hao? You can defeat me because I'm not
one of the things that happened last week.
Kenya. But if I also decided to buy a Kenyan ID, like some of them have bought Kenyan IDs, I don't want to buy a Kenyan ID. I want to be honored. We
need to switch gears and move to something else just before we finish. One of the things that happened last week was that the president...
And forget about those people who call me names. Let's switch the gear.
Yeah, there's always going to be pluses and minuses anyway. One of the things that happened last week was...
That's why I've lived 65 years.
Was the president talking about that he achieved more in his second term than his first term, and categorically stating that he would not be appointing those 6 judges. What did you think about that?
He was right. President Uhuru Kenyatta was right. Because his deputy, created a team called Sky Team. Where don't bring this thing, I will tell you, you want me to say it here? He created a Sky Team headed by Mulukomen. Flying, going to parastatal bodies, collecting cash every Friday. All the managers who have been suspended from their jobs, I swear God is watching. All of them, the button stops somewhere. You go and ask the managers who have lost their jobs. Don't you find them in the restaurants lamenting? Their shoes are going bent. Their car accounts are frozen. Whom were they giving the kickbacks? Who? Answer me, you brought it. Whom were they giving kickbacks?
Well, I don't know.
Kenyatta was right. No, he was right. He did not know that time. People went to him. Some of us told him there are things going wrong. Corruption is rampant. But at that time, His Excellency was trusted his deputy and other people. People hammered money. People ate money. Deals were made. Kenya's taxpayers' money was diverted through corruption. And that is a fact. So what Uhuru emphasized was correct. He lost. Then he realized later, when I send you to buy sugar, you bring me tea leaves. Then I send you to buy tea leaves, you bring me salt. Then people told the president that the projects are being opened for kickbacks. Show me the projects that they opened. Some of the roads have not moved until Uhuru started going to those roads. No, going physically too.
But one would ask the question, one would ask the question that, you know, it is the president himself who said on, you know, one of the radio stations that, you know, 2 billion shillings is stolen every day. And then he's the same one who's saying he achieved more in his second term than the first term. So why haven't we seen, Daktari, that those people you claim, and maybe some of the people around him also claim, that are responsible for the atrocity of the first term, why haven't we seen them prosecuted, you know, land restored, if it is money repossessed? Why haven't we seen that happen? Are we also in one breath that he has been unable to control runaway corruption?
What does the law in Kenya say? What does this constitution say? No, what does this constitution say? Does the constitution say that Uhuru should put people on the firing squad?
It feels like when you put up the constitution,
no.
When you put up the constitution, Daktari, it does feel as if that it's useful to use it when you are defending him, and when he goes against it, you say, like, you know, appointing the judges, you say he can do. He has, as a president, he has the right.
Let me tell you.
Can you have it both ways?
If you changed your constitution and gave the president the powers to appoint prosecutors, to give the DPP a firing squad, the president Uhuru would have done it long time ago. Believe me or not. But President Uhuru Kenyatta is not a man, is not the one who wrote this constitution. The constitution has institutions. The institutions that fight corruption are the EACC and DPP and DCI. They have brought people to court. The courts have delayed to sentence people. One of them, you had Kidero. How many cases did Kidero have? Have you ever seen Kidero in prison? Where? Is he serving sentence? These cases have been postponed. You show me on the Waluke. Even Mr. Waluke is out. He's enjoying fresh air. So you cannot now blame the president when the courts even give you anticipatory. One of the things that makes me very scared about the law in Kenya is someone comes to rape your daughter and then he gets an anticipatory order. Somebody comes to beat your wife while you are to work like now you. Then he gets an anticipatory order for this year you should not arrest me. You find home the wife is crying with swollen eyes. She has been beaten, but the man who beat him has received an anticipatory order. What do you think? Is that now what can the president do? The president said, because of bad laws of corruption, let's change the bad laws, bring an ombudsman in the court. They said no. Bring new charges of corruption. Lessen the time of charging people on corruption charges. People said no. People went and bribed, paid some professors to write rulings. Didn't you read a newspaper where 3 professors of the university wrote a ruling?
Who will the buck stop with, Daktari, eventually?
You can now blame now. Why don't you blame yourself? You, in that, haven't you ever given out a bribe?
I think that's a personal attack. Daktari.
No.
Huh?
No, you can say no or yes. I want your conscience.
You want
go somewhere. No, you are driving to Taribo. No, you are driving to Taribo. Policeman stops you at Naivasha. They have seen your speed is high. You are rushing, you want to reach Taribo, and I slaughter 2 chicken or 3. What do you do? What have you been doing?
I ask for forgiveness.
Why do you negotiate? Tell the policeman you are wrong, charge me with a document, I will go to court on Monday. Don't negotiate. If you say you are sorry, if he allows you, he goes without. But don't tell him, wacha tuzungumize. Tunazungumiza nini? Me, I don't.
It's an interesting place to end the show. We don't have time. But Daktari.
No, listen, I am trying to tell you. One day I was driving towards Maraba. And one of them asked me, wewe Muganda, toka inje. I said, itatoka. I came out. And then he said, sasa. He said, sasa what? This is my driving license. And this is my name, my age. Look at my face. I'm not covering a kofia. Sasa what? I have not done any mistake. Oh, he gali. Oh, no, it is there. All the papers are here. The commercial insurance is here. So for you, when you accuse Uhuru to fight corruption, fight it first. You fight it first. You tell the policeman, I will go to the court on Tuesday, but I'm not giving you 10 shillings.
That's important.
So why do you blame the president? Now, is the president telling you to go and address the political rally in Kapenguria, where you are going to kill thousands? No, you have a mask. Your children are already vaccinated. You yourself, you went to Turkey to vaccinate. You have come back a fresh man. No. These are things.
We are out of time. I want to give you a few moments to give your parting shot as we speak. What's the home for this week, for everything that we have said? What would you like to speak to the Wananchi about?
I want to tell the Kenyans, East or West, peace is important. Political arguments can exist. For example, I disagree with some of the statements that His Excellency Dr. William Ruto said, but I will not hate him. Never. When I find him, I will stand and give him respect and say, Your Excellency, Deputy President. That is what it makes to create democracy. I want to tell you, I disagree with President Museveni on a number of issues. But when we meet in African Union Hall or Nairobi, Kempinski Hotel, when he's passing, I'm also passing. He asks me, I greet him, Your Excellency President. He is the President of Republic of Uganda, mandated by the Supreme Court ruling. I can't say he's not. So let's learn to build institutions. Let's respect the presidency. Let's respect the deputy president. When we talk to him, we are not insulting him. We are older. Some of us are older than him by age. We might not have the money, but I'm older. I went to school when he was not in school. Yes, by 1960, I was already in school. 62, when was he born? 66. I was already in school. In fact, I was doing year 1, year 2. I was already gone. I don't want to speak like Atwoli.
Somebody made some similarity to you and Atwoli. I think you're friends.
Yes, I was already gone. I was already in school. I was being taught by Bazungu. I was reading J.A. Bright, not Ogundipe. Therefore, I've seen a lot of things. If he wants to check, he can ask His Excellency the President Museveni, whom we were fighters with in the same camp, only that I was a Kikosi Malum. That is all.
Yeah, well,
But
we have to call it there, Daktari. We hear you. Everyone deserves their respect.
Let's have respect for institutions. Even if I meet him on the street, I will say, Your Excellency, Deputy President. And he will not even refuse to talk to me. Because he has that thing that I stood up for him. You can insult me 2 million times, but I really suffered. Makau Mutu and Mahina Kiyai and the rest of the Hassan Omar, they wanted these guys gone. These guys would be in jail. So I should not talk. Surely?
That's history right there. We're going to have to end it there, Daktari. Appreciate, as always, you finding time. Like you said, you could have been sleeping, but you're awake and talking to us. Really appreciate that. Do have a lovely, lovely week ahead. And for those of you who are watching from home, stay tuned for Leah coming up with the lawsuit. And keep it cast all day. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. God bless you. Good day.